Hi, it's Tash from Foxes and Brown Bears Tarot. Today I thought I'd have a look at a spread that I created. Now I'm sure there's something similar out there, but I'm just not aware of it. So if there is, I apologize. I did not try and steal your idea, but in any case, I'm happy to share this and I thought it might be useful for people to have a look at. All right, so there's two different alternatives to this one. So I call it the needs/obstacles spread. It's a 5-card spread that I tend to use before new moon or full moon ceremonies. So on a full moon, I would take option B, which is what do I most need to eliminate in my life? And so I'll lay out these cards and this will give me some sort of direction as to the things that I need to really focus on letting go of. And obviously this isn't the be all and end all, and there'll be other things that I'll have in my mind. But this is a really great way of digging into maybe some of the factors in your life that you're not openly aware of and that you need a little bit of a reminder about. For new moon ceremonies, I use option A, which is what do I need most in my life? And once again, you do know what some of the things are that you need. But I think sometimes it's really good to do a spread because it might trigger something. And sometimes you're not actually aware of what you truly need. And so I think that's quite useful. All right, so the 5 cards. So card number 1 is a physical need or obstacle. So you're looking at all the concrete things, whether it be about money and home and jobs, possessions, anything that you might need in order to live a good life. Or physical obstacles, which are getting in the way of you living a good life. Card number 2 is about the mental. And so there you're looking at the mind, your thoughts, things that you might need to introduce, and things that you might need to let go. Card number 3 is an emotional need or obstacle. So a little bit linked to mental, but this is far more, guttural and very much looking at how you're feeling rather than just how you're thinking. Number 4 is spiritual need or obstacle. And then finally, number 5 is a soul desire or obstacle. And so this really relates to your life purpose, your path, and your overall direction. All right, so next I'm going to go through each of the versions with you, which are some random cards that I've pulled, and hopefully you'll get a sense of what it's like and whether it's something that might be useful for you. All right, so I've drawn 5 cards for my what do I need most in my life spread. All right, so the first card is the Tower, and this is in the position for a physical need. And so I would be interpreting that as the need to have a stable home, a place that you can call home for a long time, where nothing's changeable, where you can rely on not having to move for a while. All right, so finding a nice bit of physical stability in your life. The second card is in the mental need position, and this is the 3 of Pentacles. And so that would suggest to me that you're in search of collaboration. Okay, so you need to have in your life, in your work, or you need to be able to be thinking with other people, brainstorming ideas of other people. And mentally, you also need a sense of satisfaction in your work, a sense of a job well done, and having other people recognize that. All right, so card number 3 is in the emotional need position. And this is the 6 of Swords. So I'd be interpreting this as an emotional need to stay away from situations that cause you emotional turmoil. So a need for some sort of emotional stability, a need to escape drama, a need to find a place of solace emotionally, a place of emotional stability. Card number 4 is in the spiritual need position, and this is the Emperor. And that to me might suggest that you need a bit more structure in your spiritual practice. So maybe you're doing heaps of different things at the same time and you don't really have any sort of schedule or direction with regard to it. So you might need to be thinking about having a regular meditation practice, or if you are learning the tarot, for example, focusing on that for a while and having a clear schedule of study so that you're not just dipping in and out of various things and not achieving anything. And the final card is the Soul Desire. And this is the 5 of Wands. And so this would suggest to me that there's a need to have a clear direction. Okay, so you might be on a soul level experiencing a little bit of conflict about what your life purpose is, what your direction is, and you really need to settle down some of that conflict, resolve that disagreement, and settle on some sort of direction. Okay, so that would be the what do I need most in my life spread. So now I'm going to show you the next option, and so that would be what do I need most to eliminate in my life. So in this spread, I've pulled another random 5 cards, and in position 1 now, you've got the 8 of Pentacles representing a physical obstacle in your life. So this would be something you need to eliminate. So something really to think about in a full moon ceremony. And so I would interpret this as a need to maybe eliminate too much hard work. So maybe thinking about cutting down on the hours you're working, or maybe thinking about how to work smarter rather than harder. All right, so card number 2 now is a mental obstacle. And I would interpret the 6 of Cups as perhaps needing to let go of too much thinking about the past. Okay, so you're dwelling on nostalgia, you're thinking about how things used to be, wishing you were there again, perhaps not really living in the present. And so it's time to let that go. Card number 3 would be an emotional obstacle. And so this is a fairly clear one. So 9 of Swords, clear emotional obstacle here in your life is excessive anxiety, thinking too much about what might go wrong, and being too caught up in your head about this. So that's definitely something you need to be eliminating. Card number 4 now is a spiritual obstacle. And maybe there's a sense of defensiveness. Okay, so being a little bit untrusting of others, maybe being a little cynical about the world, and needing to let that go, because in order to spiritually open up, you really do need to start trusting the universe and not constantly be on the lookout for threats. All right, and then the final one is now a soul obstacle. Okay, so what is the obstacle in your path, in your life purpose, in your overall direction? And in this case, I would be interpreting the 5 of Cups as focusing too much on what you don't have, focusing on what you have lost, focusing on what you wish you had but don't. And it's really about having to develop a more optimistic outlook on life, recognizing that for everything that you have lost, you have also gained, and for everything you haven't received, you have discovered other new things. You've learnt great lessons. And it's really focusing on that and focusing on how far you've come rather than on your failures. All right, so hopefully you'll find that useful. I really like these spreads. As I said, I only really use them for new moon or full moon ceremonies, so I do this before, and this gives me a bit of direction as to what I need to be releasing or introducing into my life. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you later. Bye.